made, the glory of the Lord in creation. O Lord our God, how excellent is your name in all the earth, who have set your glory above the heavens. Out of the mouths of babes and nursing infants, you have ordained strength, because of your enemies, that you may silence the enemy and the avenger. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have ordained, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visit him? For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, even the beasts of the field, the birds of the air, and the fish of the sea, that pass through the paths of the seas. O Lord our God, how excellent is your name in all the earth. Welcome back to the Final Ark. This is considered part 2 of the reading of Psalm 8, but I kind of want to focus a little bit on where it says in verse 5, but actually verse 4, where it says, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visit him? For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honor. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet. And as I was meditating on that, I think that sometimes many of us do not really think of us the way that God looks at us. We kind of think of ourselves in a lower way. We don't have value or value ourselves. And it made me kind of think about a young lady in Europe. She lives in a Dutch town. Her name is Zoraya Terbeek. She lives in Europe. She's 28 years old. And I just saw a story on her on YouTube about her planning euthanasia for herself, meaning she feels like she cannot go on and that she sought doctors and to help her with her mental illness, and they basically told her that there's nothing that they can do to help her with her mental illness and issues. And so she just has made a decision to proceed with a doctor-assisted euthanasia in her own home. And so it just made me think about her in regards to how hopeless that our world and our society is at times. But if we just go back to Psalm 8 and meditate on the goodness of God and how he created us individually and that he's mindful of us individually, hopefully that will help steer people like her and others away from this practice of doing this. Another thing is that even when she had sought the doctors, they told her that there's nothing they can do, but she has not realized that she needs to go to the Creator to find her answers. For the God has created the doctors, but unfortunately they don't have all the answers because they're just mere humans. But my question is to her is, has she sought the Creator of her in the universe? For in the Bible it says in Psalm 139:14 that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. That means that we are individually made by God, handcrafted by our Creator. And that even verse 15 it says that we were woven in our mother's womb. So that means when you weave something, that means you're taking intricately time and effort and attention with one individual. So God has made us individually. There's no one else in the world. There's literally 8 billion people in the world, and there's no one like us. And so my appeal to her and other people like her who may be thinking of that, to just think about Psalm 8 and meditate on Psalm 8, to understand and realize that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that God is mindful of us. Even as I was just researching a little bit about what's the practice in the Netherlands, and it was just talking about minors as young as 12 years old can even request euthanasia and even proceed with that procedure if their parents consent. And it just made me think, what parent would even allow that? Does that child have anybody in their life that is going to speak life over them or speak positivity over them to even make them change their mind? Even in the 16 and 17-year-olds, they can't even 16 and 17-year-olds don't even need the consent of their parents to even go with that procedure. So I wonder who is around them that's speaking life to them. This is why I wanted to make this video, is to be that voice to admonish Zariah and others who are thinking of doing this practice or just ending their lives prematurely. Something that really the devil really wants us to do, because he comes to steal, to kill, and to destroy. But God came to give us life and life more abundantly. So my appeal to her and to others is to consider Psalm 8 and focus on that he is mindful of us individually, and that he knows even our rising up and our laying down. He knows the numbers of hairs on our head. He knows us, our thoughts, and from afar. And so my appeal again is for her to seek the creator of the universe. He has a purpose for you. He has a purpose for each individual on this earth. And that there's life. If you have life and you're 28 years old, actually I didn't even get married until I was 28 and started having children. I mean, 28 is so young, still young. Please consider the Lord and the creator of you, and that he loves you, he cares for you, and that you have a purpose here, that you still have a future and your hope is not cut off. So thank you for listening, and God bless you.